Ahoy there, mateys. 'Tis your captain, Alexander, here with Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. Alright. Oop, forgot to reset the timer here. Let's get this one hacked. Get from this. Oh, that was actually pretty easy. Core breached, access the information.
Hey, Dad.
Hey.
It's funny. I have this memory of you, one I keep coming back to, and I always think about it when I'm working or just before going to bed, because it sort of calms me, I guess. I was 14, I think, and you were trying to teach me how to walk with a light step. Remember that? How to be mindful of how much noise I made when I moved around. Simple stuff. Stuff I understand now, but back then, I gotta tell you, I thought you were just being an asshole. You told me you were gonna go up to your room and sit with your back to the door and read a book. And you wanted me to wait at least 15 minutes and then sneak up there and tap you on the shoulder without you knowing. I even remember the book you were reading at the time, the one by Captain Johnson. And you warned me that if you caught me, we'd have to start all over. Then you went upstairs. And I waited. I waited, and I waited, and I waited. I waited 4 hours before deciding to go up. And even then, it took me 20 minutes to get to the foot of the stairs. And another 30 to get up them. And then 10 to get down the hall, and there I was at the door and peeked into your room. And I was so hoping that you'd be asleep. But no, you were still reading, and I just about shit myself. But 10 minutes later, I was just 5 feet away from you. And that's when I remember setting my foot down. And you flinched. Ever so slightly. You flinched. I thought maybe I'd imagined it, but I knew you'd heard me. You didn't say anything. You just checked your watch, you reached for your drink, you took a sip, and then you kept reading. But I knew I'd failed. You didn't say anything. I didn't understand why. Then I lunged and tapped you on the shoulder, and you turned around, and oh, fantastic, you said, and you scooped me up, and you gave me a big hug, and I didn't say anything. But Dad, I was so pissed off. I wanted to scream at you. I'd failed, and you knew it, but you said nothing. And I stayed mad for weeks. I thought you were patronizing me. I thought maybe you decided right there that I was never going to be the man you wanted me to be. But I realized just a few years ago that you checking your watch, that was the clue, wasn't it? You let me win because I had been so patient. I guess that impressed you. You know, maybe at that moment you thought it might be better to be my dad instead of my mentor. I don't really know. Maybe for you, they're one and the same. You know, either way, I'm happy to know that both my mentor and my dad are looking out for me that day. I didn't understand that then. I think I do now.
That was surprisingly heartwarming. We've gotten that one. Is there anything else before we go on the look for Easter eggs? That's 2.
going on?
All those that we can do right now. Oh, what do we got up here? Sticky note 17. Tools are genetic expressions of our mental culture activity, and as we are expressions of the mental culture activity, it's must necessarily follow that this would, as it is now, as it will ever be, as an expression of the first will, expression of their labors, and thus belongs not to us but to them. The wires, the cables, the data networks that now crisscross the globe are hers. They must become her body and her mind. Okay. Weird, but okay. Actually, we can go down to the lobby. Because we're going to start looking for certain Easter eggs. I think it was in the lobby if I'm reading this right. Okay, well, outside Animus, employees talking about security company in Chicago. I think it was the ones over here. Kind of gotta listen.
Ben, on se verra là-bas.
Was it them?
How'd the playtests go?
Incredible. We were able to keep a constant stream of 5 gigs a second.
Of genetic memory data? That's amazing.
That's not it. Gotta find the right person, the right people. Hello. Bathroom. Neat. Wait, aren't there supposed to be cameras? That's illegal. Shows what I'm fixing to do. This is actually a mess.
The elevators don't scare me.
Feels like a high-tech company.
Elevators. Maybe it is up top. Supposed to be employees.
My head in.
From mention of Chicago.
I always feel like someone's watching
Yeah,
me.
but the floors don't creak. There's no ice.
It's not 30 degrees at one end of the building and 5 at the
Level 3. Oh, wait. I see sticky note. Yes, we submit that we are such a tool, and as such have a purpose befitting a tool. So we are like hammers and wrenches and shovels made for such a purpose, not our own. Submit that our purpose is indivisible from the will of those who came before. Submit ourselves and our bodies and our minds utterly. Creepy. Oh! Another one already. Take, for instance, gunpowder, which gave us great mastery over fire. Take, for instance, a daguerreotype, which warped our way of seeing true self. Take the light bulb that gave us light when none was necessary. Take the automobile that sped us along at velocities capable only of killing us in new silly ways. I'm looking at something real quick. That's all in there. Well, that's emails. That's later. That's in there. So we only have one Easter egg we need to get to trigger. But I'm not sure exactly how to get it to trigger.
That's all he ever says when I have a problem.
Exactly.
We'll go check the ones upstairs.
Yeah, but the floors don't creak.
We'll check upstairs and see if there's any mention of what I'm looking for. This is a reference to another Ubisoft game. Or Ubisoft. I've heard it pronounced both ways, so. Let's go back to floor 2. Actually, let's explore floor 15 first. See if we can find anything up there. Loading. Whew. Thing? No. Automatically? No. That's nothing here we can do. This was a waste of time. Back to floor 2, let's try to get this thing to actually activate. So we're looking for a mention of Chicago.
Assistance au niveau 2, projet échantillon 17. Support to the second floor, sample 17 project.
The elevators don't scare me. Feels like a high-tech company.
About that one. You two? No. You gonna say anything? No. That you will, because you're moving around. Go in there. Hi. It's a sticky note over there, I do believe. Isn't it? Yep. It was in the 17th and 18th centuries the world became an indecent place of its original purpose. In the ages of industrial revolutions, here it was, the machines of industry we unleashed such grand quantities, quite without understanding them, unwound motives and purposes of their own as inert as they were. Ooh, bathrooms. Has to be somebody here that talks about it.
C'est un mémo me disant d'arrêter mes recherches sur les dernières années d'Ezio pour me concentrer uniquement sur les moments.
Oh, that just reminded me of my days in my French class. Not my funnest class I ever took. I'll say that. Well, I say not my funnest class. It was pretty fun up until like, well, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun until I got the this thing that it was a dictionary, and me and one of my buddies just kind of sat in the back, just finding how to say cuss words in French. It's kind of fun. That was kind of fun. Today's absurd Templar frauds have given themselves to base practices and claim wrongly that men and women are delicate and sensible, feeling creatures in and of themselves, are and therefore deserve satiety and comfort and mindless in the presence of pleasure. Nothing could be sicker, falser, disgusting, lying bastards. Well then. These are kind of interesting to me. I'm gonna have to pull up like a map on where they are on each floor and grab them from there. Go in there. Says that one thing, we're basically done.
That's enough to trigger a bleeding effect, man. You need to be cautious. They've made progress on that front, but there's always a danger.
I'm gonna stand here for a second. I'm gonna pull pause, and I'll be back once this thing triggers. Because I'm going to stand here. Alright. I got it's a trigger, but I didn't realize that it triggered until the very end. I did find this, however. What was the number 7? They take the cinema, which gave us lies, as a man once said, 24 times per second. Take the phonograph, which preserved noises, which ought to be ephemeral. Take the television, which is obviously stupid. Take video games, which are secretly stupid, and you all know you wish there was more pornography. You know you do. Pornography, you know you do. Alright, I'm gonna go back around to where I had it triggered, and if it doesn't work, we're just gonna go to the Animus. Then I'll show off an Easter egg there, and then... No, the person's not here, so... Ah! But it's supposed to be a reference to the CTOS and Bloom Company from Watch Dogs. Head on in.
Oi. Where you going, the market?
No, my parents have asked me to come live with them, and I'd like to.
Oh, what do you mean, live with them? You live here with me.
I'm sorry, Edward, but my father is right. You had a decent wage when you worked the farm. Why can you not be satisfied with that? With me?
Decent wage? That job was near as, damn it, to robbery. You want to be married to a peasant the whole of your life?
All right, Edward. All right.
You leave now, Caroline. You'll never know what's coming to us. Caroline! Caroline!
She had a point there. After I had awful, my sister had sent my mom, one of my sister sent my mom a thing,
Kid.
Wake up, Kenway.
of my little nephew trying to pull up and start walking.
He left this morning with the galleon. As faith, we'll discover a good use for this old cove ourselves.
Aye, we'll make something of it in time. We could keep a fleet here if we like. With a bit of fixing up, it'd be a decent place to call home. Might even convince my wife to come one day.
You're married, are you?
In God's eyes, I am. She left me some time ago.
Even so, keep that fact hid away. Most of these pirates don't respect a man with higher commitments than rum and plunder.
Upon mine honor. Let me know if you find anything.
All right. Where'd they go?
Edward, over here. I found something. You must see this.
All right. Right behind you.
Come on, man.
That was fast. We just had that.
Odd-looking things, aren't they? Old and weathered.
Is this what they call Mayan? Or is it Aztec?
Are you good with riddles, Edward? Puzzles and ponderings and the like.
No worse than the next man, why?
I think you've a natural gift for it. The way you think and work. The way you understand the world.
Well, I don't know about that. You're talking in riddles now and I don't understand a word.
Clamber on top of this thing here, will you? Help me solve something. Concentrate and focus all your senses.
Look past shadow and sound, deep into matter, until you see and hear a kindness.
Ah, right. I know this feeling. I have since I was a lad. It's like using every sense at once, isn't it? To see sounds and hear shapes. What a combination.
Every man and woman on this earth has in them a kind of intuition hidden deep away.
I've had this sense.
You are a gifted man, Edward.
Has a strange look. Is it worth something?
Nothing you can spend. But if you find all of them, it'll lead to something grand.
How many?
A few dozen, I think. This way. I've something else to show you.
I have all these things here. Different islands and whatnot. We'll eventually get around to them all. This will be some time. But yeah. Gonna end this here, so see you in the next one.